Antonio Margarito wins a 10-round split decision over Ramon Alvarez. That is the older brother of Canelo Alvarez. I did watch the fight, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because I really wasn't impressed by what I saw. I think Margarito, well, let me not say I think he should have stayed retired because I don't know what his financial situation is like. But from a boxing fan's perspective, there is very little value in watching Antonio Margarito fights at this stage. But it was a very, very quiet weekend for boxing, so I did end up watching it. Now, Ramon Alvarez is obviously, you don't need me to tell you this, nowhere near as talented as his younger brother Canelo. But stylistically, there are quite a lot of similarities. Nowhere near as fast as his brother Canelo, probably don't hit as hard. But he seems to have similar stamina issues. And all of the Alvarez brothers are thickly set guys. They're powerfully built. And when you're getting down to these light weights from the enormous weights they're coming down from, that's going to take a toll on your energy reserves, on your stamina. It's going to. And that was the tail of this fight. I thought that Alvarez started off very well against Margarito. I thought he was bossing the fight. And he had Margarito on the back foot. Or if not on the back foot, he at least had him very cautious about coming in. Normally, Margarito comes in with reckless abandon, hands up, relentless pressure. That's what he was known for, throughout most of his career. Whereas in this fight, it's like he felt Alvarez's strength early on, and he was trying to jab his way in and use his height and reach, which I've never seen from him before. And to me, that wasn't actually a good sign. Obviously, it's good during the fight because he was trying to win in a different way. But the reason why I say it's not a good sign is because surely the older Antonio Margarito wouldn't have been afraid, and he would have been putting Alvarez under far more pressure than he put him under in this fight. In fact, even his corner at one point told him, apply more pressure, apply more pressure. That's what his corner were telling him. Put the pressure on. Stop standing and waiting outside. Put the pressure on him. And they were telling him this particularly from the halfway stage on because, as I say, Alvarez had terrible, terrible stamina. After 6-7 rounds, he looked finished. And he did end up getting dropped by Margarito. In my opinion, more to do with the fact that he was fatigued rather than being particularly hurt. And Margarito wasn't able to apply the kind of pressure that we customarily see from him. And to me, that is an indication that he don't have the kind of strength or the kind of steel that he used to have before. In his previous fight to this, he even got dropped and hurt badly in that fight. So these are all the indicators that Margarito is way, way, way over the hill. And he's obviously got this eye problem as well. His eye looks weird now. Ever since he had that operation, and it was Pacquiao, by the way, who mashed his eye up. And ever since he had that operation in his eye, the eye just looks odd. I know he's had loads of work on it, and it's supposed to look odd, but it really does look odd. And Canelo was ringside watching the fight, watching his brother against Margarito. Margarito won by split decision in the end. And Canelo may be looking at Margarito as a potential future opponent if he gets past Liam Smith. I'm sure, or actually, let me not even say that. I was going to say I'm sure Margarito won't get licensed in the US, but let me not even go that far. You never know. There might be some state out there that will license him. Maybe not Vegas or, one of the major boxing states, but maybe one of the minor boxing states that wants to bring some money to their area. Maybe they will license him. Let's just be real here. But would HBO show it? Would they show Margarito against Canelo? Maybe they wouldn't. I know that there's been talk that Canelo's future fights after this fight against Liam Smith or his next couple fights will not be pay-per-view. So maybe he could fit Margarito in there. Margarito did call Canelo out after the fight. So anything is possible, people. And the fight probably would sell because of the fact that Margarito is a big name among the Mexican boxing fans. So I don't know. I'd hate to see it. I think Canelo would absolutely destroy Margarito. And I mean, Margarito might try and box. He might try and use his jab, because if he walks forward against Canelo the way the Margarito of old used to, then he's going to get knocked out pretty sharpish. He's not going to last very long. You don't have the punch resistance or toughness that he used to have. Don't have the relentlessness. Don't have the work rate. None of that. And his eyes mash up as well. So it is what it is. I wasn't really impressed by Margarito's performance. And remember, I'm comparing him here to the Margarito of old. I'm not comparing him to the average guy off the street. If the average guy off the street went in there and was able to beat Ramon Alvarez on a split decision, yeah, I'd be impressed. But we're talking about a former world level fighter here. And based on that criteria, it wasn't impressive at all. And neither was Ramon Alvarez. Very poor stamina, poor defense. You know, it was what it was. Let me know how you feel about this fight, people, if you watched it. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Do you agree with me or disagree with me about my comments regarding this fight and regarding Antonio Margarito and Ramon Alvarez? Let me know in the comment section, people. It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.